What's going on, dudes and dudettes? So we finally found out of one of the last pieces of the Duke basketball team, if he were to come back or not. And it looks like Khaman Maluach, the freshman center, is entering the draft. So yeah, congrats to him and good luck to him, and we'll see where he ends up. He looks like he's projected mid to late lottery, so one of those top 20, top 15 overall picks. So hopefully he'll get somewhere to develop and become one of those great centers in the NBA. And the Duke men's basketball team did get a nice transfer portal commit from Cedric, who I mentioned before was like that one of those top guys still in the portal, and from Washington State. Yeah, sadly only played a handful of games last year before his weird shoulder injury, but luckily he was still kind of contemplating going to the NBA or committing somewhere. He still sort of technically is in like 1 foot in the NBA, going through like the evaluation to hear like to see what he hears back from NBA teams and stuff, but I don't think he would have committed to a school if that was the case. He could have just waited and all that stuff and not make his intention known where he was going to be playing if he wasn't going to the NBA. So I still think he's probably going to hear a lot of go back to school, see what you can do at Duke, and you'll be a lot better and getting drafted higher than where you are projected right now. So hopefully that's the case. You never know, but we did find out too that another player is doing that who said he was returning to Duke, in Isaiah Evans, but it looks like he's going through the NBA draft process as well. And I guess college players have until late May, so like May 28th, to finally come back officially or stay in the draft. So both these guys can basically still kind of have 1 foot in the NBA process until then, and then basically decide to come back or not officially. But either way, it looks like they will be playing for Duke no matter what if they decide to not go the NBA route. And then On3's recruiting rankings for the top 25 in basketball was having Duke at number 3, so that looks pretty good. They could add another player. I was kind of surprised to see USC there at number 6 too, but big reason why Duke is that high is they have the number 4 overall player and one of the 2025 5-stars from On3, one of their final 5-star rankings, so that was pretty good to have them in. Cameron Boozer, and it looks like I said, they could be moving up because they met with 5-star prospect Christian Collins, who is still not signed yet in the 2026 class. He is ranked number 3 in that class, so we'll see if he ends up in the 2026 class or not, and maybe he's going to reclassify. You never know. I'm pretty sure there was another player they were talking about to see who's going to reclassify to 2025 and come a year sooner, but I don't expect them to help out the roster as of next season, but for the future, yes. And then when it comes to the NBA and Duke players, a lot of them went off on one night. Gary Trent Jr. had 37 points and 4 steals. He went 9 of 12 from the three-point line, which tied a Bucks playoff record with 9 threes. Jason Tatum with Boston had 36 points, 9 rebounds, and 4 assists. Paolo Banchero had 29 points and 6 rebounds, and Wendell Carter had 10 points, 12 rebounds, his first career playoff double-double, which is pretty awesome. And I think that was just one night, and then a couple nights later, Paolo Banchero made NBA playoff history with most consecutive 25-plus point games in the playoffs before age 23. He's now tied with Kareem and Kobe, just passing LeBron. I don't know if he ended up getting another 25 points in their elimination game last night against Boston, but either way, congrats to him on a big season. I know he had to deal with some injuries, but yes, luckily they were still able to get to the playoffs. Kind of fought Boston pretty hard, but sadly they just need to be a little bit healthier and probably have another star out there alongside of him. And then when it comes to the Duke football side, they did get a couple more guys to sign with NFL teams as free agents. The wide receiver Jordan Moore signed with the Cincinnati Bengals. Another wide receiver Eli Pinkel signed with the Jacksonville Jaguars. And the cornerback Joshua Pickett signed with the Denver Broncos. So yeah, we'll see. They all landed at some pretty nice landing spots, so hopefully they have a chance to make the roster at some point. And then the Duke football team did get a commitment from Jordan Larson, who I believe is an offensive lineman from South Dakota. So yeah, pretty big dude. Hopefully he can help out that offensive line for this season. And I don't know how much years of college he has left to play, but either way, it looks like a smart dude. So glad he's on the team. Next, Duke defensive lineman and actually Chargers defensive lineman Chris Rump ended up signing with the New Orleans Saints in the NFL, which is pretty cool. I think Brandon Staley, the ex-Chargers coach, is now there, so it's not that surprising. He's bringing in some of his guys. Yes, a guy that the Chargers let walk and not re-sign because he wasn't really developing and was dealing with some injury issues, but as an ex-Duke guy, getting another contract at least for a year. Congrats to you, Chris. And then the women's basketball side, it looks like Ashlyn Jackson. They're talking about her in her year 4. I didn't know there was like a possibility of her maybe leaving in the portal or even testing the NBA waters, but they're definitely portraying her as their next star. So hopefully she can bring the juice and be their leader next season. And when it came to an Israeli player prospect, her name is Hila Karsh, if I'm not mistaken, and she narrowed her list down to 3 schools, and Duke is included. She's a 5'8" guard, averaged 11 points, 3 rebounds last year in the FIBA Under-20 Women's Eurobasket. So looks pretty promising, and if she picks Duke, she'll definitely have some playing time. So hopefully that is the case. When it comes to the Duke women's softball, they did defeat Campbell, if I'm not mistaken, 9-1. And during that game, Anna Gold had 50 career home runs, so congrats to her. And I believe at some point during that game, the head coach, Marissa Young, had 300 wins, which is pretty cool in just 8 seasons, so congrats to her. And then they defeated NC State 9-2, and they defeated NC State again 12-6. And then during that game, Anna Gold had 200 career hits. Amina Vega had 150 career RBIs, and KK Mathis had 150 career hits as well. So yeah, they're playing really awesome down the stretch. I forgot how much games the softball players have to play in college and stuff. So yeah, they're definitely playing 40+ games in a season. So hopefully they'll have a nice spot in the NCAA tournament. On the men's baseball side, yes, they defeated Virginia Tech 6-3, and they defeated them again 14-0, left nothing in doubt. And then on the men's lacrosse championship, I thought they had already played against North Carolina and lost because I didn't see an update, but they play May 2nd, so I believe it's this weekend at some point. So hopefully they will have a chance to defeat their hated rival to end up in the championship game. And I believe a lot of their guys had some stuff, because I think before that game they upset Syracuse at number 17, 11-7. Then they had a player of the week in their attacker, Eric Malever, an offensive ACC player of the week in Eric Malever as well. Then they defeated Virginia 10-9. Then they had the ACC defensive player of the week in Patrick Jamison, the goalie. They had all ACC players, 5 of them nominated, so congrats. And then the co-defensive player of the year in the ACC was Aiden McGuire as well. And then I believe the women's side, they had a victory 17-7 over Louisville, so congrats to them. And on the women's golf side, she qualified Andy Smith for the Women's U.S. Open. Going to be happening at some point in the near future. So yeah, congrats to her. Have a chance to go up against a lot of those pros, and she's one of the best at Duke, especially in their history. So yeah, congrats to her. And on the men's golf side, I believe they are a number 4 seed in the Reno Regional. So I guess they play May 12th through the 14th. So we'll see how they do. I totally forgot both USC and Duke have men's golf teams, and they're pretty okay. So yeah, be updating those in the next couple of videos in the near future. So thanks for watching, people. Like and subscribe. Comment down below. Let me know what y'all think. Have a great rest of your day. Bye. Let's go Duke.